All right, guys. So we're here today. This is Travis. Josh is MIA. So starting talk show now. Oh, look at that. Josh is out of hosting. Awesome, awesome. So today we're gonna be talking about a couple things. Before we get started, I'm gonna list off the things that released this week, which is Ryzen 5 CPU, which is actually one of the most price performance CPUs on the market right now. So if you're looking to build a new computer, AMD is now a viable solution. And AMD also released information that they're going to be releasing the RX 500 series graphics cards at the end of this year. So AMD is coming out strong, swinging. The first topic we're going to talk about is the Windows 10 update. So I don't know if you're a PC gamer.
Typically, I think I go both between consoles and PC, but yeah.
Okay.
PC game.
So yeah, PC just released the Creators Update, which is a new update coming out, and it's supposed to be like designed around optimization for creators and stuff like that. And for this one, they added game mode to Windows 10. And what I've been reading about it is like it works in some games. It works in all Windows games that you get from the store, and it works in some games, but it doesn't work in all games. So you have to once you've enabled it, you have to go through and manually enable it per game.
That sounds not fun.
But they're saying that it's supposed to help about lower spec computers play games better. It's supposed to optimize that experience. So it's something like I think I like what Windows is doing with some of their updates, but I think that a lot of the times the issues that come with it aren't worth it.
Yeah.
Like the biggest issue in my household and across what I've seen across forums is Windows will send out an update and then you'll have to you have to reset the CMOS.
Oh yeah.
Your computer just won't turn on. So
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still trucking with good old Windows 7 Ultimate. I think that was the height of Windows at that time. Never liked 8. Didn't appreciate it when everyone started talking about how Windows 10 was force updating. I was like, well, good luck, guys.
I remember, I hated Windows 8, and I wasn't gonna buy a Windows 7 key for this desktop. So when it was like, hey, you get a free update, I was like, screw it.
Right.
I'm just gonna go Windows 10.
Yeah, just take it.
So I do like it better than Windows 8. I actually, now that I've used it for a year now, I like it better than Windows 7.
Yeah.
So there's still just like with Windows 7, to get it to run the way you want, you had to do you had to change the registry.
Yeah.
Same thing here.
Okay.
So turning off features, I've turned off Cortana and stuff. So
yeah.
I haven't turned off that game mode yet, but we'll see the coming days. I'm gonna play with it and see if I turn it off. Fallout 4 is really AMD is talking about this a lot about Fallout 4 and VR. That whole idea scares me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's already a beautiful game.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So incorporating VR, honestly, I've never actually used a VR system myself, but I have a lot of friends that I've watched use it, and they seem so immersed in the game that they'll freak out and they tense up, and you can see it's definitely a lot of emotions going on. So I can only imagine with the Fallout 4 experience, I feel like it'll be pretty cool. It'll definitely be innovative with a kind of wasteland survival game, because mostly they only have horror games.
Oh yeah,
and stuff like that on the VR market so far. So having a more action adventure game that you feel more immersed in,
that AAA title, yeah. I mean, the one thing is I remember playing Fallout New Vegas, gathered around Christmas playing it, and there's that place where just Deathclaws live, and you walked into it, and then here's a Deathclaw, and I could just imagine doing that in Fallout 4, and just seeing all of a Deathclaw in 3D, come at your that fear is now new.
Right. Yeah, I remember that in those games. I think I played 3 mostly, and you get to a point in the game where you're so overpowered it doesn't even matter. But when it's right in front of you, you
exactly.
Be able to think rationally, be like, I'm terrified.
I think one of the things I have is I have quick turns key binded in all of my games. That would probably kill me. I actually hit quick turn playing CS:GO. Quick turn, you're like, whoa,
right.
didn't want to do that.
Yeah, disorient yourself.
So AMD is really pushing this VR with Fallout 4. I think with the Vega release coming out, their upper end GPUs, that this is going to be a big thing, and especially since the RX 400 series was about VR.
Mm-hmm.
So
TV shows.
Yeah, I don't know.
What kind of TV shows? I'm watching Rick and Morty again. That's a great TV show.
That is a great TV show.
Oh man.
Nvidia is coming out swinging and actually causing a lot of trouble in this market. So Apple computers aren't user upgradable usually. They use proprietary parts, like trying to upgrade your laptop.
Yeah. Bro, get a new one.
But Nvidia is still releasing drivers. They came out with the new Titan XP, and they're releasing, with that card releasing, they released Mac drivers.
Oh.
So, like, I think a 2012 Mac Pro is the only one you could change. You could probably fit a Titan X in the Mac Pro if you took the cooler off and made like some weird water cooling thing.
Yeah.
If you're lucky. But so that was like the only computer, like, and with the flop that the MacBook Pro was this year, I think that, you know, Nvidia didn't come out and say it, but it's aimed at Hackintoshes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's pretty interesting of them to do, because I think I always love when companies want to help the users in any way that they can, even against, you know, like the best interest of how much money they can make. I mean, obviously Nvidia is going to be the one benefiting from this the most.
Oh yeah.
But with Apple's, you know, basic refusal to let people modify, you know, their computers and their devices to fit their needs specifically, they just say, "Oh no, we'll take care of it. We'll just make a device that does all these things," and not everybody likes that. And it's really cool that Nvidia is giving people a chance to, you know, game and be able to do all these much more optimized things on a device that people love, because, you know, everyone has their Apple linked to every other device in their house, so they don't want to get a PC just to game and stuff like that.
I agree. Yeah. I think that, like, kind of like where AMD is like pushing Intel to create better stuff and lower their prices, I think this is going to push Apple to actually create a product that, you know, is actually something that people want to buy again.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, back in the day, like, between the colored Mac Pro or something, whatever that was, the Mac, and their tower, which I have one of their towers, it wasn't super powerful, but compared to an AMD build, it was better than AMD. So I think that going back to that idea for Apple might be a good idea, and this might push them in that direction.
Yeah. That'd be great. Hit a whole new market.
And then finally, this will be a short episode today, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and the Nintendo Switch bundle outed. So they're like, nope, we're not doing this. It's one of those things that, like, first of all, it's a rebranded game. It's not a new game. So, like, I remember when I was looking for a 2DS, I was looking at what games were bundled in it, and it had, like, Mario Kart, and I'm like, I don't want to play Mario Kart. Like, the fact that they'd even, like, consider a bundle with this makes me really question it.
Yeah, especially just slapping the name Deluxe on it. I mean, if there's no new features or anything that actually makes the game different, you're just reselling Mario Kart 8 and a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't think that I like the Switch. Like, after looking at the Switch, I think that it's a good idea. And I played Breath of the Wild on a buddy stream of mine, and it's really fun. I could play that game a lot.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, all right, I'll just go out and buy a Wii U.
Right.
It's on Wii U.
Yeah.
The other games that are coming out on the Switch are going to be on Wii U. So
yeah, I think that was my biggest decision against not getting a Switch, is because I already had a Wii U at the time.
Yeah.
I bought Breath of the Wild, and I played it for, you know, probably a week straight, and then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, should I get a Switch? And as I looked at all the games that were released and, like, anybody had talked about, I'm like, there's nothing here other than that sweet ARMS game that I couldn't get like on my Wii U or play on some other platform. And, you know, everyone's talking about, oh, Skyrim on the go, and That's cool. I think
Yeah.
that's a good idea. But again, they're just rebranding old things.
Oh yeah,
And
I
they're
agree.
just trying to resell it on the new console. It's like they're trying to sell the console and not actually new games.
Yeah, and like I'm in the spot where I never had a Wii U, so like I can go out and buy a Wii U, and like I could buy one used and probably spend like $100, or I can go out and buy one brand new. The problem I found was like buying a Wii U brand new and buying a new Switch is the same price.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I looked around like there's no Wii U's that are used. Like I went to Second Charles, like, do you have a Wii U? No, they got all bought.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I can buy a new Wii U and have this console that, and I'm not a console person. I don't like consoles. Or I can buy the Switch and have a portable type device. So like I'm very considering buying the Switch. But it's like now it's torn between, do I get Breath of the Wild or do I get a PS4 and Zero Horizon Dawn? Because those are two big games. Like those are two big things that I like.
Yeah, I got both of them. They're both fantastic. I would say Breath of the Wild will captivate you with gameplay and their amazing physics engine, whereas Horizon is more of a story-driven game. You'll get very immersed in what's happening around you, and you're driven. You're like, I gotta know what's going on. You know what's happening in this amazing world that they created. So you're just driven to keep going and going. It's they're both fantastic games though, that's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. So this was Travis. He's guest starring today. Might see him a lot more if Josh decides to sleep in. If you guys like the show and you're watching on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the show, give it a thumbs down. Meet us in the comments, talk about anything we talked about today. And we will see you guys next time.